Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating and surprisingly important world of research ethics. You might be thinking, ethics? Isn't that like just doing the right thing? And yeah, you're not wrong, but it's way more nuanced than that, especially when we're talking about business research. See, research ethics is all about setting standards for how we conduct studies, collect data, and present findings in a way that's honest, responsible, and, well, ethical. It's about making sure we're not cutting corners, misleading anyone, or worse, causing harm with our research. So whether you're a seasoned researcher, a student just starting out, or just someone who's curious about the ethical considerations that underpin the business world, stick around. We're going to break down some key ethical guidelines that are crucial for anyone involved in business research. Let's get started. First up, we have informed consent, which is basically the bedrock of ethical research. Imagine your approach to participate in a study about consumer preferences for a new brand of coffee. You'd probably want to know what the study is about, right? What they're going to do with the information you provide. That's exactly what informed consent is all about. It means that participants have the right to know what they're getting into before they agree to participate in any research. They need to understand the purpose of the study, the procedures involved, and any potential risks or benefits. Think of it like this. You wouldn't want to sign a contract without reading it first, would you? Informed consent is kind of like that contract between researchers and participants. It ensures that everyone is on the same page and that participation is entirely voluntary. Let's say a company is conducting a survey to understand customer satisfaction with their new product, a line of sustainable activewear. Before the survey begins, participants should be informed that the purpose of the research is to gather feedback on the activewear line. They should also be told how their data will be used, whether it's for internal improvements or to inform marketing strategies. Transparency is key here. Participants need to know that their responses are valuable and will be used to make informed decisions. And of course, their participation should always be voluntary. No one should feel pressured or coerced into taking part in the survey. It's all about respecting individual autonomy and ensuring that people feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and opinions. Informed consent isn't just about getting people to sign a form. It's about establishing trust and transparency right from the start. It's about recognizing that the people participating in our research are individuals with rights and agency, not just data points. Next, we're talking about confidentiality and anonymity, which are all about protecting the identities and data of our research participants. This is especially important in business research, where we're often dealing with sensitive information about consumer behavior, market trends, or even company secrets. Confidentiality means that any information a participant shares during a research study is kept private and not disclosed to anyone outside the research team. It's like a pact between the researcher and the participant, a promise to keep their information safe. Anonymity goes a step further. It means that the participant's identity is not linked to their data at all, so even the researchers wouldn't be able to connect a specific response to a particular individual. It's like the data has been anonymized, stripped of any identifying information. Let's imagine a market research study investigating consumer preferences for different mobile phone brands. Researchers might conduct focus groups or interviews to gather in-depth insights. In this case, confidentiality is paramount. Participants need to feel comfortable sharing their honest opinions about different brands, even if those opinions are critical or controversial. They need to trust that their responses won't be shared with the phone manufacturers or used against them in any way. To ensure anonymity, researchers could use code names or numbers to identify participants instead of their real names. When analyzing and reporting the data, individual responses would be presented in aggregate or with pseudonyms, making it impossible to trace any comment back to a specific person. By prioritizing confidentiality and anonymity, researchers create a safe space for participants to share their thoughts and experiences openly and honestly. It's about building trust and demonstrating respect for the individuals who contribute to our understanding of the business world. Now let's talk about data integrity and honesty, because let's be real, data can be manipulated, misinterpreted, or even fabricated. And that's a big no-no in the research world. Data integrity means ensuring that the data we collect is accurate, reliable, and unbiased. It's about being meticulous in our data collection methods, using appropriate statistical analyses, and avoiding any temptation to cherry-pick data to fit a particular narrative. Honesty goes hand in hand with data integrity. It's about being transparent about our research methods, acknowledging any limitations in our study, and presenting our findings in a clear and objective way, even if they don't support our initial hypotheses. Imagine a financial research study analyzing the performance of a particular investment strategy. The researchers have a responsibility to collect accurate data on investment returns, risk levels, and other relevant factors. They can't just ignore data points that don't fit their narrative or manipulate the numbers to make the strategy look better than it actually is. Furthermore, when presenting their findings, they should be upfront about any potential biases in their data or limitations in their methodology. For instance, if the study only looked at a specific time period or a particular type of investor, those limitations should be clearly stated. Maintaining data integrity and honesty is not just about avoiding academic or professional misconduct. It's about upholding the very foundation of credible research. It's about ensuring that our findings are trustworthy, reliable, and contribute meaningfully to our understanding of the business world. And finally, let's talk about openness and transparency. In the world of research, it can be tempting to keep our methods and findings under wraps, especially in a competitive business environment. But ethical research thrives on openness. It's about being transparent about our research process, our funding sources, and any potential conflicts of interest. Openness fosters collaboration, allows for scrutiny and replication of our work, and ultimately strengthens the validity of our findings. When researchers are open about their methods, it allows others to evaluate the rigor and validity of their work. It also enables other researchers to replicate the study, which is essential for confirming the findings and ensuring that they weren't just a fluke. Let's say a company commissions a research study to assess the environmental impact of its new manufacturing process. To be open and transparent, the company should disclose the methodology used, the data collected, and any assumptions made during the research. They should also be upfront about any limitations of the study, such as the scope of the environmental factors considered. Transparency also extends to disclosing any potential conflicts of interest. For instance, if the research was funded by the company itself, that should be clearly stated up front. By being open about potential biases, researchers allow others to interpret the findings in the appropriate context. Openness and transparency are not about airing dirty laundry, they're about building trust and credibility. When researchers are open about their work, it demonstrates a commitment to rigorous and ethical research practices, which ultimately benefits everyone involved. That's it for our deep dive into the crucial ethical guidelines in business research. We've covered a lot of ground, from informed consent and confidentiality to data integrity and openness. But remember, ethical research isn't just about checking boxes or following a set of rules. It's about approaching research with integrity, respect, and a commitment to doing things the right way. As we've seen, ethical considerations are woven into every stage of the research process, from formulating research questions to collecting data and disseminating findings. By adhering to these ethical principles, we ensure that our research is not only credible and reliable, but also contributes positively to the business world and society as a whole. So, the next time you encounter a research study, take a moment to consider the ethical considerations that underpinned the work. Remember, ethical research is a collaborative effort, and it's up to all of us to uphold these principles and ensure that research is conducted responsibly and ethically. Thank you for watching. Remember, ethical guidelines are the backbone of credible research. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. See you next time.